Good morning, preppers. I'm really scared to say time is short this time, because if you caught this morning's video, the video we're doing now is an addendum to it, and we're going to jump right to it in a second. But I want to implore you, if you haven't watched this morning's video, once this one's done, click on it and watch it. It's about AI, and about AI very reasonably could be replacing the police force eventually. And it's dangerous in numerous ways. For one reason, if you actually have a police officer, not all police officers are like this, but I believe most of them are. When you're actually drawing down a gun on a person, you know that's a person. And it does give you second thoughts of, should I shoot that person? I'll be honest with you. Those thoughts do go through the mind of what I think most police officers, they don't want to shoot someone. But if you actually talk about AI, if we talk about something else actually making it so that people can get shot, for example, like a robot, this sounds so futuresque, but please bear with me. There's not going to be that moral compass there. It's going to be logic gates. And I think more than anything, it's going to be shoot first and then use the robot to clean up the corpse after. That's what I think is going to happen. So this morning's video is talking about AI, and amazingly, I'm reading through the Washington Times today, but it's all over the internet. This article pops out. San Francisco votes to allow killer robots. Really? That's interesting. And this article is great, by the way. And they're putting through a proposal to make sure that they're allow it so robots can actually use lethal weapons against people, used as a deadly force option. And granted, before you even continue, I understand where they're coming from, because we don't want to put police officers in harm's way. They go to a job just like we do, and they get paid just like we do. Same thing with the military too. That's where we actually look at as far as drones, etc. But again, especially in this situation, if you actually have a police officer using a robot, he may actually have much less empathy toward the person that the robot's going against. Same thing with military too. So that's the first thing we need to look at, is empathetic reasons. It basically makes it so it's going to be a lot more difficult. They're actually talking about even using heavy-duty ones that can climb stairs. If you haven't seen the different types of videos coming out, ooh, that's gross, videos coming out as far as the amazing things these robots can do, combined with the AI, you definitely need to do a little bit of research on that. Do a little Google search. Police technology goes through mission creep, meaning equipment reserved only for specific or extreme circumstances, of course, but it always starts out with extreme circumstances, then it becomes the norm. This definitely frightens me. But something I really want to show on here, let's see if I can, I don't see it in this specific article, but I did see it in the Washington Times. What was interesting about it was the author of the article, the writer, said that, some people dream of the tooth fairy, some people dream of Santa Claus, whatever the case may be, but in all, those things are not real. And he said, so why are we even actually voting on this if killer robots don't exist right now? Because it's what's coming. I mean, it's really amazing. The author of the article, the writer, didn't even see that. Here's a little hint for you, by the way. When we talk about the elites, when we talk about the government that tries to control everything, there's one thing you can depend on, and it happens almost always, is they'll kind of give you a hint of what's coming next. So that way, when they're going to lay this on the public, it's not so much of a surprise. So we're actually looking at, bureaucratically speaking, let's go ahead and vote and say, are we going to allow killer robots in the future? Why? There's no killer robots. Because it's coming. And they're trying to get their feet wet, trying to get you to accept the thing before it even comes in to take place. It is coming. Now, again, this morning's video, we talked about the AI combined with that. This definitely makes it a very deadly situation. People think of like Terminators going through and taking over, and I'm not saying AI may not do that. However, I think more reasonably speaking, more realistically speaking, we're looking at the AIs using these robots without any type of empathy at all for the victims they're possibly going to shoot or take over. I know it seems like so far off, but it's not far off. It's right at our doorstep, and that's something we need to be aware of and be ready for. I'm not ready for this. I don't know how it could be.